Glory be to Jesus Christ. Glory be to him forever. Today's gospel recounts the familiar story of Zacchaeus, the chief tax collector. In Luke's construction, Jesus is on the road, heading to Jerusalem. The short guy, Zacchaeus, runs ahead of the procession and shins up a sycamore tree in order to see Jesus for himself. Now, this is an important point. Wanting to see Jesus is a key point that Luke makes. John Belushi of Blues Brothers fame back in 1980, in my mind, bears a resemblance to Zach. Memorably, when Jake and Edward Blues turn up at the local convent school of their youth, Sister Mary Stigmata, holding her ruler, greets him with this one-liner: "Don't come back until you have redeemed yourselves." In the text of Luke, we find a similar theme, but with a new twist. There is a parallel in the words of Jesus addressed to Zacchaeus. In this instance, the key factor is the welcoming presence of Jesus himself, without which Zacchaeus' joyful response would not have happened. Here's the parallel. Jesus says, "Today in your house I must stay," verse 5. Then, "Today salvation for this house has happened," verse 9. You will notice that the word "today" begins both sentences. And in the blessing of the waters, we have the great prayer that instances today. What is significant about today is that the work of Jesus is currently taking place now. The crowd grumbles at all of this. The radical demands of hospitality are clearly indicated in Zacchaeus. More than generous compensation for what wrong he has done. "I will give to the poor. If I have defrauded anyone of anything, I will pay back 4 times as much." Jesus has encountered many wealthy men, according to Luke, and the last few Sundays our gospel has stressed this. Jesus' encounter with Zacchaeus displays his core mission, his ceaseless quest as the bearer of God's reign to God's people to restore the lost, extending God's saving embrace beyond the margins of the community. Zacchaeus' negative social standing, remember, he is a tax collector and he's a shorty. These things occur in such a way that he is able to regain his honour by relinquishing much of his wealth. So once again, Luke has a message about wealth. This time it's not a message that says get rid of all of it, but rather some of it. There's a qualification coming up. Salvation also is a prominent topic in Luke. Salvation has come quite improbably to the wealthy tax collector. For us too, perhaps salvation seems distant, but deliverance talk must cause us to ask the question, is God's realm about to make its appearance in our midst today? As Luke comes to, or as our lectionary comes to the conclusion, and Lent is about to begin, Lent 2021, listen to Pope Francis. This sentence occurs in his Lenten message. To experience Lent with love means to caring for those who suffer or feel abandoned and fearful because of COVID-19. In these days of deep uncertainty about the future, let us keep in mind the Lord's word to his servant in the book of Isaiah. Fear not, for I have redeemed you. Just as Zacchaeus has been redeemed, so will we be redeemed if we follow Jesus. Glory be to Jesus Christ.